What's good, y'all? It's Solution back at it with another mental gym video in which I give you guys mental exercises you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals that you are after. So let's get right into it. So today I want to talk about something very, very interesting, and that is authenticity, right? And the definition I came up with for authenticity in terms of achieving goals is acting like there is no consequences for how you choose to express yourself on the paths to achieving your goals. Acting like there is no consequences. Key thing here, y'all. Acting like there is no consequences. You see, guys, we have ways that we want to express ourselves, right? We have our own personal interests, our urges, and personality traits, like ways that we just feel natural to express ourselves in. And a problem that I've seen personally within myself that I've had to overcome, and I've seen in a lot of other guys when it comes to them wanting to be successful and achieve their goals, is there's parts of who they are that they don't want to express or they feel like they cannot express. And it's usually because of forces outside of themselves, meaning usually people, other people's opinions, or society's opinions, who are telling them, "Ooh, you can't do that, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, or you can't do this. You can't act this way, but you can't act this way." People trying to control what you're allowed to do, basically. When the truth of the matter is, guys, there is no rules. Success is just math, meaning success is really just inputs over time that will lead to outputs. If you do the work consistently, you will get the success. Obviously, there's the little nuances of knowledge and information, but if you put in the inputs and you are increasing your knowledge about what you are doing, you will become successful. That is it. The way you choose to act and express yourself has nothing to do with you being successful. That's just personal preference. But what I have realized is in order to increase longevity, which is key to success. In order to increase longevity, it's in the best of your interest to make sure you are allowing yourself to act in ways that you feel like there's no consequences for how you're choosing to express yourself. If you are able to be authentic while on a path to achieving your goal, you will be able to maintain longevity, meaning you will be able to maintain consistency. And like I just said, success is really just inputs over time that leads to outputs. So if you are able to increase your inputs over time, longevity, because you're being authentic, you will win. But if you're being inauthentic, meaning if there's parts of your personality traits, your interests that you are not allowed to express, it is going to be harder for you, or you're not allowed to express on whatever path to a goal you're trying to achieve. It is going to be harder for you to maintain longevity. Why? Because you're going to kind of resent doing the work that is necessary to achieve a goal, because you have these parts of yourself that you really, really want to exercise, but you're not even allowing yourself to exercise it. And because of that, you're like mad about what you have to do. This is how a lot of people have career paths or do things or work jobs that they really, really fucking don't like. Because there's parts of who they are that they want to express that they feel like they can't. And this is why I'd much rather you guys, sooner than later, make sure you're your most authentic self. And you're allowed to be your most authentic self on the path to whatever goal you're trying to achieve. Because bro, it will do wonders for you. So now I'm going to talk about the mental exercise you can use to think through this to make sure you can become your most authentic self so you can have longevity in order to achieve your goals the way you would like to, right? So cool. So the first part of this is awareness. Awareness, I'm telling you, is so key, y'all. Awareness. And what do I mean by awareness? What I mean by awareness is you need to know what urges, interests, or personality traits you are hiding, right? Because there's parts of your personality or your interests or urges that you're already expressing right now for whatever path and goal achievement you're on. There's parts of you that you're already expressing, but there's parts of you that are hiding. And it's those things that are hiding that can hurt you and can hurt your longevity. Because eventually those things bubble up to the surface. Your unconscious mind like reacts to certain situations because you would like to express yourself in certain ways, but you feel like because of society's opinions or the people or your family members' opinions or whoever the fuck else opinions, you feel like you can't do certain things. And that is a problem because it's gonna hurt. You're gonna resent what you're doing because you feel like you can't express yourself. So you need to be aware of what you are hiding. So so you have to think personality, personal, and then personality, urges, I mean just deep urges you have, and interests, right? Interests, yeah. Interests, right? I said interest. Anyway, so personality, urges, and interests. You have to think what is being hidden. Hidden, the hidden ones, right? So I mean here, personality, urges, interests, and then I mean hidden. Hidden. So what personality, urges, and interests are you hiding? Which ones are you hiding? Because it's these things that are going to make the difference. So you have to sit to yourself and ask, like, am I acting exactly as I want to be? What are the things that I want to do, but I feel like this wall in front of me, like I can't do them? What are those things? What are those weird urges or weird personality traits or interests that you have? Like, are you interested in aliens? Are you interested in some kind of sex position? Like, I'm serious. I'm so serious. I'm not saying that has to relate necessarily with your goals, but I'm saying you need to get kind of weird with yourself. Like, are you interested in biting your nails? I'm not saying that's something that is also productive for you. But I'm just saying these things because you need to like really understand your hidden urges. You need to understand what's wrong with you. Like, not that there's actually something wrong with you, but what I'm saying is you need to understand these things that you are hiding, but that you're interested in, but you're hiding. Do you like aliens or some shit? Like, what is just some shit? What do you like NASCAR? You like planting flowers or some shit? Like, whatever. Like, you just need to understand what your interests and personality and urges are that you are hiding. Because this is the only way we can have these things get expressed. Because if you are not identifying these things that you are hiding or you're preventing yourself from expressing, you will never get to express these things. And that's what makes awareness so key. You need to know, you need to be aware of these things. It's the only way you can make sure they get expressed, right? So when you sit and ask yourself, like, what am I hiding from the world? Like, what are you hiding? What are you hiding from the world? What are these weird things I'm hiding from the world, right? And if you now, once you get to a point, because this will take time, of course. I'm not saying you will instantly be able to do it. And you can do this any way you want to for this identification process or awareness process. You can write these things down, whatever you need to do to just identify what these hidden things are, right? And so once you have these hidden things or you have this list, you move into the next and obviously the most important part, which is expression. So plus expression. Expression. So once, and by expression I mean these hidden things, personality traits, urges, interests, these hidden things must move to the light. They must become expressed, right? And so essentially, when you have your list of all these things that you're aware of that you've normally been hiding, now what you need to really do is find ways to express these things in ways that serve you. I'm not saying once you have these hidden dark interests or urges or personality traits that you should just become a maniac and just start going crazy and just do whatever you want to do. What I am saying is you need to find a way to express these interests on whatever path of a goal achievement you are on in a way that serves you. I'm not saying go crazy. I'm saying just find ways to do these things. And this is where I'll get into my own personal experience to make sure you guys can understand what I mean by this authenticity thing. So for me, I had started a TikTok account in 2020, and my whole like goal pretty much was just to have a lot of followers and just build a large audience, right? That was pretty much just my goal. And large audience, a lot of followers is obviously subjective. Like, it can mean whatever. So basically, but that's just what my premise was. So with that, between 2020 and late 2021 and early 2022, I built that account up to 300,000 followers, right? And the account was mainly comedic based. Like, I was making like comedy, entertainment, funny, relatable, for you page ass content. Like, that's what I was doing. And I was enjoying that because that was a part of my interest and my personality trait. Like, I've just been normally, or people have perceived me to act in a very comedic ways in my past, I guess. And because of that, like, I just kept on relating to that personality trait. And then that just led to the urge to start making funny videos and just, and that's just pretty much what just led to me making that type of content. But down the line, by like early 2022, I had realized that I felt like I couldn't be my full self, my full authentic self, because there was a part of me that I wasn't expressing. And that was like my success, goal oriented mindset side of myself. Like, how do I become successful? What do successful people think about? Like wisdom, all these things. Like, and that's pretty much what you guys are witnessing now with my current YouTube channel and these videos that I talk about and these frameworks and mental exercises. This is the side of myself that on that previous TikTok account, I felt like I couldn't express it. And the reason why I felt like I couldn't express it was because I built up this audience on the premise that I am a comedian, basically. I'm making funny shit. If I suddenly start talking about, man, you gotta have your mental exercises, be aware, make sure you're expressing yourself, have your frameworks, like people who are following me would be like, what the fuck? I'm not here for all that. I'm here for you to do some funny, derp shit. You know what I'm saying? And they have every right to think that because it makes sense. Like, that's not what they chose to follow me for. They didn't choose to follow me for mindset shit. They chose to follow me because I made funny shit. And because of that, that kind of led me to really question myself. I'm like, making this comedic content is cool. And as I kept on making it over time, I started getting to a point where I was like, I don't even really enjoy making this content anymore. Not because the comedic side of me isn't there, but it's because I can't express myself the way I want to on the path to the goal that I'm trying to achieve, which was building a larger audience. I mean, I guess 300,000 followers at that point was a large audience, but like I said, it was subjective. Maybe I wanted more, a million, whatever I was thinking back then. But like, yeah, like I felt like I couldn't express other parts of myself while trying to achieve this goal. And because of that, it was hurting my ability to maintain consistency and want to have longevity with what I was doing because I could not express my true self. Or I felt like I could not express my true self because I felt like if I started talking about shit that had nothing to do with comedy, people would stop following me, would be like, what the fuck, why is he not posting the funny shit as much? You know what I'm saying? They generally wouldn't like it. And I could have rolled with that and been fine. But then what the conclusion I ended up coming to was like, nope, I just want to restart everything. So I ended up just deactivating the account. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, even though I still wanted to build a large audience, like the urge to achieve that goal was there. This is not the way I wanted to do it because I couldn't be myself while doing it. And that was an issue for me. So then that's pretty much down the line is what has led to me creating this YouTube channel. Because I feel like with this YouTube channel and with what I'm doing with the mental gym, like I can be on some funny shit, be on some derp shit, just like just do wild shit, you know what I'm saying? And be on some funny shit while still being able to talk about shit that I really, really do care about and I'm really interested in. Because this side of myself I'm really deeply interested in. I have urges to talk about this stuff. I talk about myself about this stuff. Like I'm saying out loud in my room, I'll be walking around talking about this shit because that's how much I fuck with it. But then I'll be on some funny shit too because that's also a part of my personality, right? I really am just talking about myself here so you can make this make sense for you, right? Like literally that's when I had realized, okay, boom, let me start making shit like this. And I feel I've never felt so amazing because I feel so authentic making this shit because I feel like every part of who I am can be with these videos that I'm making about all these mental gym videos and just generally being authentic, right? Like it's just fucking tough because you can do this for a while. Like never since I started doing this, I'm like, bro, I can do this shit for like 30, 40 years. Like that's how much I enjoyed the kind of shit that I'm doing now with content and building a large audience. Like this is fun. I feel like I can be myself while also talking about shit that I'm interested in and just it's just generally really great. And I just did not have that experience with my previous path with my goal of achieving a large audience. So for you, for yourself, you need to make this make sense for you. You need to make this real for you. You need to think about whatever path you are on to achieving whatever your goals are and the success you want and kind of ask yourself like, hey, like, do I feel like I'm expressing these hidden urges? Do I feel like I'm expressing these things? Because these things will come back up to bite you if you do not get to express them, bro. Trust me, they will come back up to bite you. Because eventually you will start to resent the path you are on. You might still want the goal or the outcome or whatever. But to me, already I've said in previous framework videos, it's the work that matters, it's the progress that matters. The progress and the work is really the goal. But like obviously a lot of people care about outcomes and that's why I'm speaking about outcomes in this way. But like, yeah, so you might still want the outcome. Like I wanted the outcome of building a large audience, but the path that I was on to get it was not a path that had good longevity simply because I could not be authentic. I could not act in a way where I felt like there was no consequences, right? And you need to get to a point where you feel like you can act in a way where there's no consequences while still being able to achieve or be on the path towards achieving said outcome. Because I'm telling you, it will be way more enjoyable. And as I've already mentioned, longevity is key to success. The people who stay in the game the longest win. The people who stay in the ring the longest win. The people who stay on their feet the longest win. You have to be able to stay in this game. And it's crucial that you allow these hidden personality traits and urges and interests flow and be around you while you're on the path to achieving your goal. You can make this make sense for you. For example, let's say you are a plumber. You want to be a plumber. You're on that path. Make sure whatever personality traits or interests you have, you're able to express that. Dress like, wear your plumber uniform in a way that you like to wear it. Like pop your collar or some shit. You know, be confident. Maybe flirt with the person. You know, like those porn videos, like you just like flirt with like the girl that you doing the plumbing for. You know what I'm saying? Like these dark urges you might have, like find ways to express them. Obviously, you should still be able to keep your job. By the way, I'm not saying you should do these things that I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying find a way to do it in a way that serves you to make sure you can maintain the longevity to get the goal. So with that being said, yeah, that's pretty much my authenticity video. I just think personally this is just really interesting. This is another one of those kind of like side frames, not like a main frame, like focus or adaptability or your value circle, but it's something that still can help drive you to your success better, because authenticity is what leads to longevity, and longevity is what leads to success. You need to be able to stay in the game. So you need to make sure these hidden urges you have are getting expressed in a way that serves you on the path to your goal. Do not hide parts of who you are on the path to achieving your goal. Because if you are hiding those parts and they are not getting expressed, you're going to start resenting what you are doing. And if you are resenting what you are doing, you're not going to last. You're going to want to stop. You're not going to work as hard. You're not going to do as much, or you're not going to increase the amount of inputs that you need to do to achieve your goals, bro. You're not going to do it. Trust me when I'm telling you. Because that's the experience I had with my own TikTok account that I had made in the past. I had realized I just don't fucking like doing this shit like this. Because it's just not me, bruh. It's not who I am. It's not fully incorporating my personality, my urges, and my interests, bruh. It's really just not. And I need to make sure that it is. And that's why I changed, and I've made the YouTube account. I've made the solution alias and the mental gym and these mental exercises, because this is the shit that I really fucking care about, bro. Because the truth is, like, speaking from my own selfish interest, like, I make these videos because if I'm able to teach and communicate these things to you guys and you're able to learn and understand them and apply them and have success with it, then that means I truly understand it to a deep level. Because it's not like, do I understand this shit or do I not? It's how deep do I understand this shit? So if I understand this shit on a deep level, that means I can apply it on a deep level, which ultimately makes my life better. And it's almost in a way, with my selfishness, I'm serving other people too, because by being selfish, by making sure I learn this shit, you guys also get to learn too, and then use it for your benefit and achieving all your goals. Because also, this is a random side plot, but like a problem that a lot of guys get into is they're like, oh, is it bad to be selfish? And I'm like, bro, no, you can be as selfish as you want to, as long as you're also serving other people with your selfishness. You don't have to undermine people while being selfish. No one will bat an eye or complain about you if you're being selfish and you're helping other people. So if that's how you want to be, it's okay. Just make sure you're helping other people while you do it, and they will appreciate you for it. And if you're honest about it, that's even better, I guess. But whatever. That's a whole other thing. But please give me feedback on this. Did this make sense? Do you feel like this can help you? Are you going to make sure now that you identify these hidden personality traits and urges and interests that you know you have? Because you know you best. I can't uncover these things for you. You have to do the work on yourself and ask yourself, what are the things that I'm hiding? Because you know you're hiding some shit. Keep it an absolute stack with me right now. Keep it an absolute buck with me right now. There's things that you are hiding about yourself that you really want to express, but you're worried about what your mom and your dad and your family thinks or society thinks. But honestly, fuck them. Fuck those people, because they are going to tell you to do things that serve them best, when you should do what serves you best. Because when you're doing what serves you best, you will be your best version of yourself, because you're doing what you want to be doing. You feel me? So you know what these things are, and whatever way you need to do it, if you need to write it down, if you need to list it, if you need to you need to do what I'd call, and what I've learned from like philosophy and shit, is like your shadow work, where you need to like figure out what these deep interests and urges and personality traits are, right? And allow yourself to express them. And when I talk about expressing these things, I'm not saying you have to do it in a manic way. I'm not saying if you feel like one of your urges is killing people, you have to go out and kill people, right? No, you could just make sure that whatever you decide to do or whatever path of goal achievement you're on, maybe it involves video games or game development, or you want to be into horror films where you can literally express that murderous, like natural murderous intent that you might have or an urge that you might have in a way that serves people. Because at least you're not killing real people, but like maybe you might like playing horror games where you dismember people, or I'm saying this, I'm using this extreme example for you guys to understand that it's okay to have these weird ass interests, bro, but do not hide them. Allow yourself to express them so you can maintain longevity on your path. But yeah, so real quick, to back to what I was saying, like if maybe you're somebody who wants to murder things, like you have an urge to murder shit, right? Then literally you could play like Call of Duty games or whatever, really, really gory ass games, right? So you can express that urge, or you can even be like you could become a surgeon and you could be like ripping people open, like, you know what I'm saying? There's ways to express this weird shit that you would say you would think is weird. Like you can express these things. You just have to think about them, list them out. It's okay. It could be vulgar, weird, or whatever. Like I like murdering people. I want to attack people. I want to rip somebody's eyeball out. Like, bro, just whatever. Just list these things out and then find ways to express these things in ways that serve you and can serve other people, right? You don't need to become an evil person who goes to jail. You do not have to become a serial killer, a real life one. You do not have to do that. That's not what I'm promoting here. I just want to make sure to give you all the disclaimer. That's not what I'm saying needs to happen to you. I'm saying is figure out what these hidden interests are, personality traits, urges, and allow yourself to express them. It's okay. Just do it in a way that serves you, right? Do it in a way so you can maintain that longevity on the path to your goal. Do it in that way. And trust me, I trust you. You can do this, bro. You can think about it this way. And I'm telling you, it will help you so much. Like I was saying earlier, doing shit the way I'm doing it now, it feels absolutely incredible. Like I always enjoy making these videos and making this content all the fucking time now. Because it fully serves me. Like I feel like I can just do whatever the fuck I want, and it's just great. And the person who can do whatever the fuck they want while achieving a goal will move a lot further than someone who feels like they can't do whatever they want and try to achieve a goal. And I'm going to leave off with this last thing. Success is just math, guys. Success is just inputs and outputs. Everything else is just people's opinions and subjective shit. The more that you do, the more inputs you put in, or the more actions that you take in the direction of a goal, the higher the likelihood you will achieve it. Obviously, you can entail knowledge into this. Like as you're learning about what you're supposed to be doing from people who can tell you important things that you might need to know, and you are putting in the inputs, you'll become successful. How you choose to express yourself, personality traits, interests, completely subjective. There's not a certain way you have to be. So allow yourself to be the way you want to be so you can stay long enough on the path to achieving your goals. So yeah, feedback on this, or you can tell me this was stupid. You're like, Solution, this is so dumb. You sounded mad weird in this video, whatever. All the feedback helps me become a better YouTuber. And please, please, please like this video, boost this in the algorithm so more guys can be as authentic and true to themselves as possible, find their shadow selves, the weird interests that they have, and find ways to express it in ways that is healthy and will make sure that it will allow them to achieve their goals. And with that being said, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next Mental Gym video. Peace.